Yeah, pickup that we've got that's on hire purchase has been nicked. The world is all wrong. It's set up for people like this that nick things, that don't want to work. And now we're gonna have to start again because of some thieving bastard wants to take your stuff. It's probably gonna cost me about 18 grand. Honest, I'm gonna have to go. I feel physically sick. So it's Monday, and it's probably been the worst Monday for a long time. So I woke up this morning. I basically dropped the pickup onto one of our jobs, the Congleton Road job. So it was here ready for the lads when they got here, so they could get it loaded. And they've got here this morning. The lad says, "I thought you were dropping the pickup off." I was like, "Yeah, I have." "Well, it's not here. Been nicked." So for fuck's sake. So yeah, pickup that we've got that's on hire purchase has been nicked, and I've also got the worry as well that now insurance companies want the vehicle parked on a drive overnight. Obviously we've left it outside the job in order to be able to crack on the next morning, and it's been pinched. And then we've come to start the digger this morning. That won't start either. So yeah, just fucking, it honestly really winds me up that I work my absolute nuts off, like absolutely put everything that I've got into this company, only for people to just come and take what you've got. They're just absolute scum. It makes me sick. Honestly, now I feel physically sick because I feel like the villain. I feel like I'm going to have problems with the insurance company. You know, they're not going to pay out the full value of what it's worth. It's on HP. I'm not going to be able to pay the cost off. This could put my business in serious jeopardy because of some thieving scum. Honest, I'm going to have to go. I feel bad.
Right mate, this is knocked you down, this is Brett. Mosh. Right, we've got work coming in here. Fuck me. It's fucked. That is just dust.
Right, so I need a bit of good news today, so I've come see Ben, come see what he's getting up to. Obviously can't get the digger started this morning, so I've just sent Tyler and Josh up to here to carry on with Ben. Basically that chimney up there, it's falling apart, so they need to sort that out, and then there's all these tiles Luke to bed on. So roof's all been redone now, so all the ridges need bedding on up there and there. That chimney needs rebuilding pretty much. So doesn't look like we're going to get it back. Spoke to the police. Pretty much useless. Absolutely no point in calling them, to be honest. Not going to send anyone out. Said they're going to contact the local community police, who would probably be in touch. You know what I mean? That was 2 hours ago. So don't hold out much hope. Spoke to the insurance. They're going to send out a claims form. So got a claim on my insurance for having the van nicked. Gonna lose my no claims for something that's not my fault. This world, honestly, I wonder about the world sometimes and the way it's going, you know what I mean? And it doesn't actually pay to have any aspirations. It doesn't pay to want to do well. It doesn't pay to want to be successful in this world. It actually pays for you to sit on your arse, do absolutely nothing, and just take from other people. You know, if you think wrong, let me know in them comments, because that is generally what I believe. I feel so deflated at the minute. I have worked my arse off to be able to afford that tipper, for the company to get to where it is now, for us to be able to have a relatively new tipper. Are you with me? It's got 60,000 on the clock. We've had it since pretty much new. It's still got a higher purchase on it, so I'm going to have to pay for that. And I feel like the villain. I feel like if I say the wrong thing to the insurance company, they could not pay out. And that's wrong. That's not how the world should be. You know what I mean? It should support people that are trying to do well, that are trying to run a business, that are trying to go off their arse and work. But it doesn't. It supports the criminals. It supports the people on benefits. It supports the people that want to sit on their arse. So why should I bother anymore? So yeah, it's absolutely crazy that, you know, quite a big vehicle, it's a transit tipper pickup, has been nicked, you know, outside of this residential estate. So, you know, that we're working there just behind those woods. There's a house there. There's houses all along here, right opposite, and it's been nicked. No one's heard nothing. It's crazy. And then the situation with the digger not starting, at least I've got to the bottom of that. Basically, what we've got is two keys. So we've got the red main key and then the original key. So Ben had the main key in his van, so I just picked this red key up off our hook, you know, because that's supposed to be the master key, just thinking that'll get me going and I can work today. But the red key doesn't work, so I've got a feeling the guy that we bought the digger from, he had two diggers exactly the same. I think he's given me the wrong master key. So trying to get hold of him now to swap that over, because obviously got the wrong key for the vehicle. Obviously this key works. I've just drove over to Ben, picked it up, digger started first time. So at least that's not, you know, at least that's been cleared up. At least that's not like a major thing where I've got to go someone out to repair the digger. But yeah, van's still gone. Police still haven't been out. It's now 12:30. I rung them this morning at 8 o'clock. Still not been out, and I've got no hope of them coming out. They're absolutely, you know, pardon the French, they're fucking useless, the police are at the minute. So I don't know if it's not their fault or whatever, because they're understaffed, but they don't even give a shit over the phone. You know what I mean? It's like, there's your crime number, speak to your insurance. It's like, what, you're not coming out? I'll inform the local police officer around there and he'll be in touch. No word off them. So they just don't care. They know that they've got no chance of finding it. They know that they've got no powers if they do find it to do anything. You know what I mean? Whoever's nicked it will get a slap on the wrist. So it's like I was saying earlier, it doesn't actually pay to be law abiding no more. It doesn't pay to work hard. It pays to steal, and it pays to do nothing, and it pays to sit on your arse. You know, convince me I'm wrong. But yeah, at least this is not an issue now. Sorted that out. So I can now get over to the office now and fill all these forms in to make a claim on the vehicle. It's now, what time are we on? 20 to 5. I've just finished dealing with the insurance company. So I've had to fill in all of their forms, explaining where it was pinched, you know, all the usual stuff. I've had to send over a copy of the logbook, copy of the MOT, photographs of my licence, photograph of the keys of the vehicle to show that it has been nicked and we've not just drove it away somewhere. Why we would do that, God knows why, but you know. Everything's now sent over, it's now in the insurer's hands. Let's see how quickly they can get that sorted. Police didn't turn up, like I say, they said they would be in touch at 8:30 this morning. Like I've said, it's about 5:30 now, 20 to 5, sorry. No word off them, so I understand that they're busy, and I know they're understaffed, and I know they've got a really hard job to do, but I pay my council tax just as much as anyone else, you know, just as much as whatever they class as a priority. I can't work, you know what I mean? I've had to send lads onto another job today where they're not really needed, but feel sorry for them, can't just send them home because I've had my van nicked. Are you with me? So what are you supposed to do? Like I've said, the world is all wrong. It's set up for people like this that nick things, that don't want to work, that want to sit on their arse and play on the fucking PlayStation. It's set up for them to win, not for the people that try, who want to make a go of things. And I really believe that. It's not just me being a little bit downhearted because I've had my van nicked. And obviously, you know, we had the property trashed last week. It's the general consensus. If you ask anyone, if you walk down the street now and ask 20 people, they will all say the same. That, you know, this country is set up for people that don't want to try. So, and it's a very sad state of affairs. But I do want to try. I want to push this company, and I'm not going to let this get on top of me. So I've done all the necessary paperwork, filed it all away, got it over to the insurance company, and now I'm going to let them deal with it, and I'm going to crack on. That's what I do best. Right, guys, it's Tuesday, up and at 'em. Got plenty to do today. Lads are working away. Got Josh and Tyler just nipped up to Wimslow, basically to tie up the last bits of brickwork, help Bip and Martin just get that ready so I can get these windows ordered at some point today. Now we've got the clarification on what we need, what the customer wants as well. Ben and Bryn are over on Penkle New Road, just getting that roof sorted. They should be finished there today. So, and then obviously I've done all my moping yesterday about the van being nicked. Honestly, it's ridiculous. It's horrible, and whoever's done it is an absolute scumbag. But unfortunately, I can't afford to lose too much time over it. So I've dealt with it now. Everything's gone in through the insurance. It's a big upheaval for us because we use that vehicle daily. So yesterday I had to move lads round because we didn't have it, and then today lads have gone on jobs that I would prefer that they were on something else, but we haven't got the truck. But it is what it is. We've got to deal with it. So we've kind of adapted. We're moving on now. Hopefully we've got a building inspector. Well, we have got a building inspector coming out on Thursday to look at the job on Blurton Road. So hopefully we can get that one moving again, get Josh and Tyler on that, get them building. That's what they're supposed to be doing, laying bricks basically, the bricklayers. And when they're not laying bricks, they're expensive labourers. So yeah, get that tied up, get them on there. Meanwhile, I've got the 28th coming very soon, so I'm on there, getting all the invoices in, getting the accounts up to date, ready for payroll. And then I've got a mountain of quotes to do. I've also got... So we've got a charger there and a consumer unit. So that's for the EV van that we've got recently. So I need that to be put on my house because charging at these stations ain't cheap. You know what I mean? All of this bullshit that we've been sold about EV cars and vans being a lot cheaper to run, I suppose they are if you're charging them at home at night when it's off-peak rates. And I'm not sure how long that's going to last with, you know, the war and everything that's going on. But when you're charging them at these stations, you might as well be driving around in a diesel because they are mega expensive to charge there. So that's why that's been fitted. Right, let's crack on. So nobody ever tells you about this bit. When you get into business, the mind numbing activity of bookkeeping. So obviously, as you can imagine, we buy a lot of materials. So they don't just send like a monthly statement out and then you can use that and put all your materials into your accounting software. Each individual invoice for each job, for each purchase has to go in. So it's time consuming to say the least. Obviously, we've got systems in place where, you know, we use something called HubDoc and then Xero, what you can see the screen open at the minute. And it's basically the invoices are emailed sometimes directly into HubDoc or sometimes emailed over to a specific email address that we have. They're then transferred over to HubDoc. HubDoc's supposed to read them and populate all of the information in that right hand side there. And then you just have to basically send them over, click publish, send them over to Xero, and then your accounting software then can be reconciled from there. But even with the systems in place, even with the automation, it's still time consuming. And when you're a small business, obviously you wear many hats. So I'm not just a builder, I'm a bookkeeper, I'm a marketing specialist, I'm a cameraman. As you can see, I'm holding this camera now. Yeah, I'm all kinds. And the amount of hats you wear in a small business is crazy, which is part of the reason why I want to grow, because it's getting all a little bit too much for me. At the stage I'm at now, I need to get just slightly above where I am so as I can take someone on in order to do this. I have already had someone, but it just didn't go well at all. She wasn't really, she was a lovely girl, but she just wasn't really the right person for the job. She wasn't qualified. And obviously with someone who's qualified, obviously comes the added expense of having someone who's trained, basically. So for the meantime, that means I'm doing it. So let's crack on. I have got a job to go and look at actually at 11:30 in a place called Allsage, which is not far from me. So that, at least that'll get me out of the office. Gonna have to get the van charged as well because I'm going up to Liverpool tomorrow to meet up with Chris and Alex and the rest of the lads. So last thing I want is the van run out of charge. So managed to escape the office. And we now basically just nipped over to a job. This is a small extension, rear extension, on this property now. Lovely looking property, to be fair. So yeah, single story, lean-to. We've been in, spoke to the customer, had a quick look round. All looks pretty plain sailing. They want the complete design and build, so we're going to basically introduce them to our architect. Get some drawings done up and we'll go from there. So because I am absent tomorrow because I'm going up to Liverpool to spend the day with Chris and Alex, I've got a few things that I need to sort out today because of my absence, kind of thing. So got the plumber in at Norton Road doing the second fix, hanging radiators and stuff like that. So I need to pick those radiators up for him. The reason that we supply them is because he's not VAT registered, so it allows us to claim the VAT back on these materials rather than him selling them to us with the VAT on that we can't claim back because he's not VAT registered. So yeah, just need to nip into Screwfix, pick up the radiators that I've already ordered, drop them on the job. A few other bits that I've got to tidy up as well, just get ready for tomorrow. Got an inspector coming tomorrow up for the structural warranty up at Wimslow. That's all sorted now. Martin's going to take care of that. Yeah, so should be alright after this. And then after this I can get back into the office and start doing an introduction email for our architect for the last job that I've just been looked at. And yeah, just get everything ready for payroll. Just got back to the office, just about to walk in, and I ordered some stuff yesterday and look where they've dropped it. Fair enough, it's behind the gate, but there's about £1,000 worth of stuff there that I ordered the other day, for some for my van, some for the lads, bits and bobs that we need. Let's have a quick look. So there's tool boxes, there's new hop ups, there's actually a fucking brand new chop saw there, there's a few other bits of tools. So yeah, just left outside. Some of these delivery companies are absolutely unbelievable, aren't they? So yeah, oh well, at least it's still there. Right guys, that is a long day today. So I'm kind of finishing up now. Basically, because I'm in Liverpool all day tomorrow, as I've said before, I need to get everything set up. So I've just spent a good hour arranging where the lads are. I've got a few lads on Penkle New Road, so I've literally just put a snagging list together of all the bits that need finishing. Obviously, it's a good couple pages long, so there's going to be 4 of them there anyway, so they should make a good dent on it. I'm not expecting it completely finished, because there's things in there that need to go and buy that they haven't really, they can't get, like toilet seats and stuff like that. I can't pick them up from builders merchants. Gonna have to go and get them myself. I'm not giving them my credit card. I trust them, but not that much. So yeah, that's all in place now. They all know where they're going tomorrow. Hopefully Tommy's back in. He's been off sick. Has some sick days, that lad does, and he's sorted his head out, to be honest, but he's a good worker when he's here. But yeah, what are we on now? It's 7:30. So probably got another hour just tidying a few things up. I've got all sorts that have come in. Bloody got council tax letters here for properties that are now empty, that need putting back into my name temporarily till we either sell them or put tenants in there. Yeah, just got quite a few bits, and then I am so behind on quoting at the minute. It's untrue. Got all the invoices put in, ready for payroll, because that are happening on a Saturday this week, and that's when I edit this video. So yeah, it's just going to be one of them busy months, and I've just had a look at what I've got to pay out on the 28th and the 30th, and because we've got the extra lads, yeah, and obviously because we've got extra lads, we're doing extra work, so we're using a lot more materials, and it is fucking scary. So this is probably one of the biggest payrolls that I've ever done. I think it's going to be knocking on for about 35 grand for the month. So a lot of you will say that's nothing, but to me that's big bucks. So hopefully we've made enough money. Well, I know we have, I've been keeping an eye on it, I'm not that stupid. But yeah, it's big bucks. But it doesn't help the fact that the pickup's been nicked. That's knocked us back massively, and that's going to dent us financially as well. So going to do a last hour in here, get everything tidied up, and I'll see you in the morning over in Liverpool with Chris and Alex. So up and at 'em this morning, early one. Got a couple of radiators I need to drop off over to the Nutton Road job for the plumbers, and then I've got a list of jobs that need to be tied off and done for Ben over on Penkle New Road. Basically, what I've done is I've flooded that job with lads just to try and get it wiped off once and for all, so we can get it rented out. And it's all on the back end of this pickup being pinched, so it's knackered everything up. I needed a couple of lads up on the new build job, basically, to start digging out, but they need the pickup in order to load up to remove some of the stuff. So, and obviously these radiators, I would have had a lad basically pick them up and go and drop them on the job, but I've had to get up early and sort them out. So it's had a massive knock-on effect, and we've still heard nothing from the insurance. So how long is it going to take? And I sat and worked it all out yesterday, and I reckon the pickup's probably worth between 18 and 20 grand. I think we still owe about 11 grand on the hire purchase. So this just means we're going to have to start again. If we do get paid out by the insurance, say they pay us the 18 grand, got to pay the finance off. That'll probably leave us with what, I don't know, between 8 and maybe 10 grand if we're lucky. Probably closer to 8, maybe slightly less by the time we take the access and stuff off. So all that leaves us then is basically a decent deposit to go out and buy another one on hire purchase when we were due to pay that one off. I think middle of this year. We're right at the end of the agreement. So we would have had a good asset there worth about, 16, 17 grand by the time it's paid off, all paid up for. Now we've got to start over again. Crap, and it just because someone wants to pinch something that's not theirs. So that's the lads now sorted. They know exactly what they're doing. Radiators are dropped off for the plumber. Lads are over up in Wimslow. They know what they are doing. Got an inspector coming as well for the structural warranty. Martin should take care of that. Should be okay. I've told him if there's any issues, just give me a phone. Now, best get up to Liverpool. So I've now arrived at Emperor, what's this place called now? Emperor Homes. Obviously got Chris, got Alex, got the rest of the lads here on the actual course. So basically just going to go around the room now and everyone can introduce themselves and give themselves a bit of a shout out on my little humble channel. So, it's like that.
Yeah, so I'm Craig Rose, owner of Rose Brick Developments. We're based in Nottinghamshire and mainly specialise in home extensions and new build developments.
And he's got a fantastic looking wife. My name's Chris from Every Trade, if you don't know, professional blogger.
Got a little bit of a YouTube channel as well, haven't you?
A little bit.
Yeah, so some people should be watching this now from the Every Trade channel because we've sent you over. If you're watching from the Every Trade channel, comment for us.
Yeah, tell them to come from Every Trade and then subscribe to Rob's channel.
That's it, do that please.
Get him to 1,000.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm Alex. Obviously, as you most already know, we're here today in Emperor Home Office. Today we're going to be going out as well to go and see one of our live sites, which is a 6-bed HMO, and the bank that we just bought, and also go to preferred joinery too, to show the lads how it works with the machines.
Yeah, let someone else talk.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Andy from the Southwest. We just do new build, really, large new builds, renovations, extensions, and HMOs. Westcott and Son, sorry. Construction, yeah, I know.
Hi, I'm Paul. I own M30 Property Maintenance and we do a lot of HMOs around the Manchester area, and I have a building business in Manchester as well.
So you might recognise this guy from Samuel Leeds, so.
Yeah, well, you did recognise him, didn't you?
Yeah. I have seen the video, to be fair,
I never see that from
Oh, yeah, though, didn't it, mate?
one person.
So we just had a power chat, haven't we, Rob?
Yeah. Had a power chat, had my arse kicked.
That's nothing, mate. Yeah. I say it all the time, but Rob's only stumbling block for being like basically dominating his game in his areas is himself. It's just that, really. It's, you know, I don't mean that in a critical way. You know, I mean that in a complimentary way. There's a lot to Rob that meets the eye. You know, you don't know, like, he just drops little bombs here and there, like, oh yeah, I've got triplets, oh yeah. I know next week he's like Jimi Hendrix on the guitar.
But everyone who watches Rob's channel must know Rob by now and see how many systems he's got in place, all the stuff that he has, and he does across his own company. So he's got everything boxed up.
Yeah, he's got it smart. He's got it good, Rob. I think you're on the brink of going boom.
We'll get there, won't we?
No, you're getting there.
Yeah. Are you with me, Rob?
You with me? Right, let's have it, boys.
Right, so stood here now in one of Chris's HMOs, well, Chris and Alex's, so absolutely stunning finish on this one. So, do you want to explain the process, what you do with these, the lowering the floors and stuff?
Yeah, so we do, obviously, student HMOs, and we try our hardest to get 6 bedrooms, all en suite, into ours. And what that needs is a little bit of jiggery-pokery with the layout, because we don't, these days, for planning restrictions, put dormers on anymore. So we do a loft conversion, but we have to lower, essentially, every single floor. So we take the floors out, we ship them right back to brick for 2 reasons. It gives us it gives us the ability to make sure that the house is put back, any structural issues are sorted, that we know that it's going to be bang on for years, but also it means that we can set the layout exactly how we want it and maximise every last square inch of the property. And that's what we do. So if you look round here, obviously, like what we'll show you is we've got every single one of ours are like little apartments. We go for that boutique hotel finish, and everyone's got an ensuite, because if you've got an ensuite, A, you'll rent first, and B, you can command the top rent in the area, which obviously is what we want long term. But yeah, if you look, this one here now is thereabouts. Been painted. These are our pre-hung door sets. I don't know if you've seen them on our channel, but we put these door sets, these fire door sets together off-site. It's perfect, basically. Fire doors are a big issue in the HMO. So yeah, we build them off-site in our own factory, and then bring them on site there, joiners throw them in, save money on labour, but also, most importantly, they're compliant. But yeah, this is a typical one of ours. We've got 150 odd rooms now across our portfolio. We've got nearly 30 properties, we've got a bit of land, we do mixed use developments as well, so they're the ones that we've got shops at the bottom, HMO above, and yeah, it just works for us. These will pay us for the rest of our lives.
To be honest, it's the first time I've ever seen anyone like drop the floors. It's, you know, I've been in and around this industry quite a long time, and it's the first time I've ever seen it, and it's quite ingenious, to be honest.
It's got to be done. I mean, to be honest, there's a few tricks that we deploy now that other developers can't quite get their heads around. How we mess about with the floor levels at the front when you come in. When we used to be able to put dormers on the back, it was easier because you didn't have to drop the ground floor, but now we drop the ground floor a lot of the time as well. So yeah, when you look at one of these when it's ripped out, it's literally just a shell, you know. But they're good houses, they're well built, and these houses now, because of Article 4, for Article 4 we're planning, they're harder to find. People that hold on, people don't sell HMOs, and really it's really hard, as Rob will know, to get new HMOs because of planning restrictions. So it's yeah, it's just, we want to do a good product, build it to last, pass it on to our kids, let our kids pass it on to their kids, and so on and so forth. Build generational wealth.
Spot on, mate. We'll have to have a quick look round now.
Yes.
So now in preferred joinery, as you can hear, all the noise going on. All the lads are being showed round. Kind of brings back memories, this does, from when I was a kid, because obviously worked in a workshop when I first came into the industry. So yeah, cracking little business. Looks like it's running so smoothly, and then some of the machinery they've got in here is like top-notch stuff. So yeah, looking forward to having a good look round. That was today, done and dusted. Now on my way back home. Obviously, want to thank Alex and Chris for today. Really good, to be honest. Seen some really insightful stuff. Giving me quite a few ideas. Good to meet all the other lads as well after speaking to them for so long on the group. But yeah, get back now. Got a few bits to tie up in the office and need to get a logbook over to someone for the car that I've sold, and that'll be it for today. Catch you in a bit. So it's Thursday. Late signing on this morning. Well, it isn't this morning, it's like this afternoon now. So just been really busy this morning. I've had an electrician over at our office basically putting a charger in for the van. Quick look. So gone with the sync charge. So it's actually now charging the van. So yeah, Kieran's been here, our electrician, he's been doing that for me. And then I've been toing and throwing basically. I've been over to the Blurton Road job, and we have just basically saved the customer quite a lot of money. So I've been and had a look. I think the ground's okay. After they got sent that video, obviously it's a bit grainy, the footage. So I've been and had a look myself. I've met the building inspector down there, and we both agree that the ground is okay. It's just the fact that it's wet through the drainage that's basically been leaking for years. So she's agreed basically if we dig it down to normal excavation depth of a metre, and then if it's really wet, go an extra 200 and just basically put some stone in the bottom to dry it out. And then obviously we've got to reroute and sort all the drainage out so it doesn't carry on leaking. But yeah, that saved him basically going on a raft, so which is probably saved him the best part of about, I don't know, maybe 9-10 grand, something like that. Time we've factored all the concrete and the extra dig out and getting rid of the muck away and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a good thing. Still having issues because we've got no tipper.
So obviously it's been nicked. Police haven't been in touch. Insurance haven't been in touch. Absolute fucking, honestly, they were diabolical to deal with. Unless they're taking money off you when you're first signing up for your policy, they don't really want to know, do they? So I'm going to have to ring them in a minute. Police, all I've had is a text message to say that they're undergoing investigation. That's it. Asked me to send a photograph of the actual tipper. But because we haven't got it, it means I've got lads that can't do certain tasks. So, for instance, I'm paying the other day bricklayers to clean up, which is very cost ineffective. Are you with me? So, but yeah, hopefully we'll get some insurance money paid back to us at some point and we can get on. The problem we've got is, like I've said before, is that tipper, we've had it on hire purchase. We bought it pretty much brand new and it was due to be paid off this year. So we would have ended up with an asset worth about, I don't know, 17, 18 grand by the end of this year, fully paid for, in brilliant nick, low mileage, it's only got 60,000 miles on it. And now we're going to have to start again because of some thieving bastard wants to take your stuff.
And you know, we won a 40 odd grand job with them. He's just passed us another one now, which is nearly 60 odd grand. So straight away off that one person.
Friday today, guys, we are over on Ford Green Road. Corey has finished decorating. It looks pretty good, to be fair. So we're here now just sorting the bath out, and then there was an issue downstairs. So Bryn's in there now, we're just scraping all the silicone off the bath to reseal it. And then downstairs, basically what we found was there was a coupler on one of the cold water pipes that looked like it's got a really tiny drip on, like minute. Unbelievably how slow it was dripping, but it obviously been dripping that long, it was never noticed, but it actually bored a hole through the ceiling where it had been dripping. So what we've done, we've cut a hole in the ceiling. We tried to get upstairs and through the floorboards, but there's flooring down in the bathroom with plywood underneath and stuff like that. So we've done this. So you can see there, we actually cut a hole in the ceiling. We've noticed where that pipe was dripping, so we resoldered, put a new piece of pipe in. So yeah, it was quite an easy fix. If it had been reported months ago that there was a damp patch on the ceiling, I'd have investigated, found out why, and sorted it out. But yeah, never reported. To the point, you've seen the other video. If you haven't, go back to last week's or the week before's video. This corner here, so that corner up there was totally black, and it was all to do with the fact that the silicone seal upstairs in the bathroom was just breaking down. We've noticed while we've been scraping the silicone off, obviously what he'd done, he tried to reseal it, but instead of raking it out and resealing, just gone over the top, smeared it everywhere. It took us about 2 hours to get it all off the tiles. But what we've just noticed while we were doing that is the bath's got moving slightly. Whenever the bath's settled and it's moving, and that's broke the silicone bead. But instead of reporting it straight away when the water was coming through up there, they just left it for, must have been 8 months. We were due to do the 6-month walk around, and we kept getting fobbed off because she was on nights. And yeah, ended up doing it because she called me and she said, we've got a bit of black on the ceiling. And I came round and I was like, that's not just a bit of black. Something's leaking really badly there. So, like I say, I'll put a picture up there what it looked like on that corner. But yeah, it was crazy. And then obviously the ceiling, the piece that we've cut out, it's there. It's literally had an hole in where the water's bored the hole in, and you can see where it had been leaking for months. Now granted, the fact that one of the joins on the pipe was leaking, that wasn't their fault. But if they'd have reported it like they were supposed to do, like what's written in the contract, could have been quite an easy fix. Instead, they've left it for months and months and months. And it's not only wrecked the ceiling, it's been dripping on the floor, it's wrecked the laminate floor, all the plasterboard's wet, that's why we've cut it out. So it's just been, yeah, it's been a nightmare, but it's now looking pretty good, and next week, once we're all done, it'll be up for sale. I'll show you around. This is the house. As you can see, it's got a massive driveway, got a garage up there as well, half decent garden. Yeah, it's on the main road, but it's not too noisy. The whole thing's been, you know, painted, new fascia boards, new guttering. Bottom 5 rows of the tiles were all taken off and the felt was replaced just to make sure that there was no leaks. As you can see here, they've left loads of rubbish. The recycling bin's just absolutely crammed with crap that they won't take. Bits of rubbish all here. Rubbish here. Dog shit everywhere when they're supposed to, not supposed to be having a dog. And then all gardening waste there because the guy who used to live here was a gardener. So I'll show you quickly inside now where it's all been decorated. So like I say, it's had all new windows as well. New front door. So yeah, all nice and white now. Like I say, we've got a hole in the ceiling, but we'll patch that up. All of this is all now back. All the mold's been removed. It's all been stain blocked, repainted, dried out. We've had a humidifier in here. Kitchen looks like, well, it doesn't look like it was when it was new because there's bits that we just can't clean up, but it looks a million times better. And then, can you remember that cooker? We've basically shot blasted it. It's still not perfect, but at least you can see through the door now. Living room's all nice and clean now, all been freshly painted. Let's have a quick look upstairs. That room's nice and freshly repainted. All the vents have been unblocked because they were blocked up. Same with this room, all completely redecorated. And then same with this room, all nice, redecorated. Carpet needs a clean. And then bathroom, we can actually see the tiles now. So tiles are back to the original colour, they're not black anymore. We've cut most of the silicone out now, just got to let that dry, and once it's dry we can reseal. Got rid of whatever it was that was on the sink there. So yeah, it's been a bit of a nightmare to get done. It's cost me a full week, one guy to decorate, and then we've had 2 guys on it today just to get all these little bits done. I'm going to have to come back and re-silicone. I'm going to have to buy, I don't know, probably 5 or 10 tubs of Febreze just to get rid of the smell. So I'm pull the carpet back here to actually sort that leak underneath. There's a big brown stain underneath. Don't know what it was, whether the dog's been weaning there or not. Like I say, they weren't supposed to have a dog in here. One thing that we're now struggling with, because the pickup's been pinched, is all of that rubbish that's in the back garden in there. Got no way of getting rid of it now. So the only thing that we could possibly do is either wait till we get it replaced at some point, which could be forever, or we're going to have to just try and bag it up best we can and get it in one of the clean vans. Either that or we get a skip, and that's expensive, but it's affecting us every day. So now we've just nipped over to Blurton Road. Lads are getting this footing dug out. It's not really helping at all today with the fact that it's been raining, so the soil's soaking. So it's just so hard not to make a mess. But let's have a look what's going on.
So obviously we met up with the building inspector yesterday. She was the same as me. She thought that the ground was fine, but it was just wet through, you know, a drain leaking over a number of years. So we agreed that it could just go on a normal strip footing, but we're just going to beef it up slightly. So we're going to put more concrete in, take the concrete from 300mm up to 450mm, and then put some mesh in it as well. And then before we pour, we're going to line the bottom of the footing with some MOT just to dry it out, and then give it a hard standing for the concrete to sit on. So lads are now working away. They should have that done today. I've basically hit it mob-handed so that we can get it all dug today. I didn't want to dig it with a digger because, if you've seen, there's services everywhere. And we've just found a T-junction off the gas main as well. Don't know if it's illegal or not, but probably been done by Cadence at some point, but not been done right. So what's happening is you've got the gas main running down that drive there, and then it tees off to next door, which is really unusual. It's not something I've seen before, but we'll speak to Cadence and we'll get that sorted as well.
Come on, Brad! Come on! Come on!
Failed!
Oi, Brad, what's going on? I'm on YouTube. Come on, Brad.
I'm on YouTube. What have you done? Have you dropped it all over the floor?
Too heavy, I'm not strong enough.
Too heavy. So now we've just nipped over to Nutton Lane just to see how the lads are getting on, finishing off here. Doors should be on, skating board should be on, should be almost done. Yep, so at the end of the day, all in all, this truck being stolen is probably going to cost me about 18 grand, due to the fact that it was due to be paid off this year. You know, we would have had an asset bought and paid for with 18 grand, and now it's gone. Crap. And that is your lot for this week, guys. Sorry we haven't come to a conclusion on the vehicle being nicked, but that's purely down to Staffordshire Police just not doing anything, and then insurance companies just dragging their feet. You'll have to tune in next week and come back and see if we've actually got some kind of outcome. But until then, if you want to watch last week's episode, have a look at that link. And if you want to subscribe, have a look at that link. See you guys, thanks for watching, and see you again next week hopefully. Please like and subscribe.